Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Museum. You joined us back in Memento Mile where we have a few new things to do. So last time we completed 2 of these objectives, we now need to clear Cranial Crossing to access the coal mines and then display an exhibit from the coal mines. Now at the moment we've done a few things off camera, the main thing being that we have gone back to Ribro several times to get the survey level up to 100%, and you can see here we have the Carrion Trail to unlock where we need to display 1 different complete dinosaur bones. We're going to unlock that now, but then we also need to go to Cranial Crossing where we need a prehistory expert trained in survival skills. So we're going to do that. We're going to send Victor Eoraptor off rock slide. We're going to avoid, we can take the expedition journal needed to unlock that event, which gives him 5 XP, but I'm going to take the first aid kit and he's going to go off and clear that now. The other thing we've done is we've adjusted our prices a little bit to get them up to as maximum as possible to get fair value out of everything, because we have increased our staff profile. So if we have a quick look at the staff we have, you can see here everybody has a training point. Angelina Latrine got an upgrade just as we got there, and Clarabella Mouth also has one, but I'm not going to go into that yet because we are going to leave that until security is unlocked and updated. Now Angelina Latrine has photographic memory and accelerated recovery from injuries from those traits alone. So if we take pilot wings, we'll have her continue to reduce the expedition length, and as well as that, she's going to counter the speedy chopper damage event. So that's good as well for later on. So we're kind of trying to build a staff profile that gives us a lot to work with moving forward, because that's one of the things where I let myself down in the first kind of run of this. And I hope those of you who have watched the first kind of run in 2 Point Museum don't mind starting again. It was a difficult decision. I did want to kind of keep going, but I also noticed going back through older episodes that there were a few key story points that I did not record, and I would like to get them done this time. So we have a dilemma. Dilemmas are expert events type thing that take place in expeditions, and you basically have a choice-based result here. So as the explorer makes the way over Cranial Crossing, they spot a flask on a ledge below. We can either fetch it or stay focused. I'm going to have them stay focused. It reduces the expedition time by 4 days and gives us a bonus of XP, which is great because it means we can continue. And I think that might mean Victor, when he comes back, may be very close to a level up, which is great because he will then unlock another skill. And if we have a quick look at Victor, he has survival skills level 1, so we can put him up to level 2. He hasn't quite got a level up there, but we have now unlocked the cold mines and gained a crate, which will just have experience in it because it was a thing that needed to be cleared. So they only give you experience boosts. You never get any sort of items from there, and we can now start our next expedition, which allows us to unlock the cold mines. Now we need an assistant and a janitor to go on this expedition, but we are going to leave it for now because we do want to go to the Carrion Trail. 2 rewards possible here, and they are dinosaur bones. So we are going to take a prehistory expert. We're going to take Victor for his survival skills, and we're also going to take Kylie Bullfrog, who has an increased recovery from injuries, but also has survey skills, which means we can get 55% survey skills from a long expedition here. Lost will boost the amount of time we spend on that expedition. We don't have the sandstorm. Quick time will increase the number of days it takes us to complete this. So we're going to take the expedition journal, and that will give us a really nice stuff to come back from this. It takes 64 days to do this expedition. We could potentially, if we get quicksand, add another 4 days to that. But Kylie Bullfrog, when they come back, might have a level up, which means we can sort that out. We've also unlocked Vintage Vestiges, which is beyond this as well, and that is from displaying 175 buzz from fossils. So you can see the map is starting to really open up now. We could do coal mines, but I think, you know, we'll stick with Carrion Trail and we'll get as much unlocked there as we possibly can. So a 55% boost straight away is really good. We do have plenty of fossils and stuff to research once we are able to, including one complete sharpened top skeleton and another one that is just got the first bit on, and then another complete boulderdillo skeleton. So once we do unlock research, that will be really, really good. And looking at profits and stuff, if we just have a quick look over here, we made $4,450 last month, which is pretty good going. We also got the Cheesy Gubbins plushie stand here, which is a sponsored they think it's bad value. So we're going to drop that back down to 165, or we could go to around about, let's try it at 175 and see what happens there. And these plushies, these sponsored items, give you a little boost. So you can see here, we're getting from the lifetime monthly pay, we get about $5,250 over the lifetime. I only put this in a few months ago, so that's really good. We get $90 of a bonus per guest view. We've had 1 guest view per month, and the monthly pay we get for having these plushies in is $875. So it just gives you a nice little bonus and doesn't actually have an outlay to it. Whereas the Holistics diffuser here, that decreases the happiness of our guests, and we don't really want that in there right now. It will bring us in a lot of money, but because guests generally, if we have a quick look at the happiness, there's 94% happiness. They could do with a bit more toilet, thirst, hunger, and energy, as well as entertainment, but the environment and happiness is really good. So we do need to keep an eye on that just in case. This expedition is taking its sweet time, so it might well be that we, just to reduce that, what we could do, if we have a look at our staff at the moment, we don't actually have an expert. We do have one with pilot wings here, Antonia Molar, and they also have photographic memory. They're also a workhorse, so photographic memory does improve their survey level on expeditions, and if they have pilot wings, they will increase the speed of the expedition. So we could potentially send her on the next one. So that's something that we will look at, and that will reduce, hopefully, the amount of time we spend on these explorations. Now, really, we could go with Speedy, just to speed up the getting all of those expeditions done quite quickly. And because we're not actually going to be getting epic or whatever items there, it might well be a good idea to do that, but it does offset the amount of survey you unlock during those expeditions. So you kind of have to have this like delicate balancing act between what you have and what you uncover during it. So if you want something fast, you're not going to boost the survey level very good or very quickly. If you want something slower, you will get a increased survey level to it in a very quick way. That was probably the most roundabout way of explaining that, but yeah, we've done it. So they are now back from their expedition. We'll see what they've got. It will be dinosaur skeleton related stuff, so that is good. We've got the Pterodactyl skeleton. We're going to send that to our inventory for now. We need 4 more pieces of that, but what we do need to do is head off to the we'll go over to the coal mines now, just to tick off that exploration. So let's head over there. Now, setting this one up, we need a prehistory expert. We've got to be careful with snow delay, but if we get a combined rank of 8 in there, that'll be useful. We've also got injuries that we could pick up here as well. So I will take Victor Eoraptor. Then we're also going to take an assistant. Now, the assistant will take Angelina Latrine, because that's a boost to our survey level and an increase in recovery from injuries, but also they have pilot wings too, which drops the expedition speed by 10%. Now, I don't know if it stacks with pilot wings 1, which means it would be a 15%, so we'll take her anyway. Then we are also going to take a engineer. Happiness we've got there, and another one here. Cuthbert has photographic memory as well. So our survey level is already boosted by 25% just on a safe expedition. And if we go detailed, it'll go to 35%. And we'll also take a expedition journal, which reduces our ability to get lost in the caves. We've also removed the snow delay, so there's not going to be any injuries here. And we've got a camping spot as well, which gives a nice bonus to experience because our total level is over 10. So we can send that off now, and that'll be really useful. So let's have a look at what training we can do. I don't think there's anything really other than Clarabelle. So we'll leave that because Clarabelle, I want to wait until we get the bonus to our what's it called? I want to wait until we've unlocked security. So if we have a quick look again at our finances and have a look at our prices, everything is fair value at this moment in time. So that is good. Guests are comfortable with our current prices. We are making around about 3,000. Yeah, there we go. Just under 3,600 per month. So that's an okay profit for now, and I'm pretty happy with how that is looking. Once this this expedition has returned, we can have a look at what we can do moving forward. We've got that honeyed bee there, and obviously until we get research unlocked to increase our knowledge, we can't actually get involved in the enlightenment trees. So really clearing these objectives as quick as possible is going to be the best thing to do. Now, I think if I remember, you need to unlock something in your next museum to be able to continue progressing at Memento Mile, and I would hope that is not the case, really, because I want to stay here for as long as possible. But if we have to do that, then we have to do that, which means our next episode or some sort of future episode will cover going back into the next museum and then coming back to Memento Mile. And my aim is to try and progress as much as possible unless I get soft locked out of a particular museum and just really flesh out everything, because the last series was a little bit wayward with jumping between different museums and you never got any real progression in terms of what was going on. So being able to do that in a much more like user-friendly way for you guys is probably my big aim at the moment. So having a look at happiness, we could do with toilets. We could do with a new toilet block. So maybe we put one down here instead. So we got one there. We could block that off and make that kind of like a staff-only thing, and then put something else in here, as well as expanding the gift shop. I feel like that would be a good idea, and bring in some sort of way to force our guests to take a journey around, coming back around and then ending at the gift shop. Now, that's what I did in my first run at this, and I think that might be a good idea. We are back from the coal mines, and we do just need to train. Victor has a new level, which is great. We're going to open this crate and see what's in it. A frozen beehive. So we're going to place that, but it does need to be in a cold environment. So we'll send it to our inventory for now, and then we can start looking at what we need to do for that. And in fact, I think we're better off heading back out to the coal mines to progress this. So for now, though, let's get that training done. So Victor is going to train in survival skills, which again, required for dangerous expeditions. He gets a speedy boost to his bandage box treatment speed, and his expedition ailment recovery speed will be even quicker as well. So we'll train everybody up that we possibly can in like the max level of these specific traits, and then we will now display our cold exhibit. And our cold exhibit we're going to put, for now anyway, we'll put it here, down here. No, I kind of want it in this area as well, so it's still close to the rest of the museum. We'll stick it in the corner there, and we need to now buy a freezer. So we'll place the freezer right there, which makes that cold, and we'll place a snowy rock right there, and we'll leave that as it is. So now we've got family-friendly stuff, so interactive displays, and we've unlocked the workshop, which is exactly what I was hoping for, because it means we can start developing things to improve our museum overall. So this one needs to be near a prehistory decoration, and it just needs a decoration buzz at the moment. So we'll put that in so that it is in there, and we don't need to worry about anything else for now. There will be some redevelopment happening here, though, because once we get more cold climate stuff here, it'll be probably a good idea to have like a specific room for this exhibit. There we go. Right, let's go with something else in here. We'll put a little dinosaur banner there, and then we can put in another donation stand and an info stand. Just, I guess we go here for now. That'll do. Wonderful. Right, so we need to build a workshop and employ a janitor qualified in workshop, as well as making the prehistory playground in the aforementioned workshop. Now, I do have a workshop blueprint. It's got some locked items in it, and my game seems to have not enjoyed the fact that I'm trying to put these items in. So we'll just place that down, complete it. And obviously when we unlock them, we'll be able to change things around a little bit. I'm going to just move the workstation here to there so we can decrease the size of the room itself. We don't need it if we don't have all of the stuff in, and blueprints are probably going to be something that I look to create very soon, just to kind of finish these buildings off, because at the moment we don't really have anything special going on. Right, let's have a look at our janitors. We need a janitor who is trained in workshop. So travel sick doesn't work very well. Photographic memory there. We'll wait for some more janitors coming in. Now Victor is not happy and wants a pay rise, and we better make sure that we have kept Victor happy. So where is he? Victor, let's have a look at your pay requests. Let's put him all the way up. We want him to kind of go, let's go there for now. That's a big pay rise he's got there. But I think that's the only way forward, because Victor is probably our best staff member, so we need to keep him happy. We've got a new applicant coming in a few days, but we better head straight off to the coal mines again. If you are going to demand a salary increase, Victor, you are going to head back to the coal mines, and then we're going to take Angelina as well, because we know that she's worth it, and then we will also take Cuthbert for the increase to photographic memory, and we will take an expedition journal. Now, because it's autumn, for some reason we have this blizzard that wasn't there before. I don't think, anyway. We've taken the expedition journal, which reduces loss, which gives us lost in the caves. That gets rid of that. I think just for the timing of it, let's do that, and they will go again. Wonderful. Right, so let's speed up, and we still need that new janitor. So let's have a look again. 1 day to go. Ellie Popper, mechanics, and is clumsy, which is not what we want. We need somebody trained in workshop. So if I go here, I want to create my prehistory playground. I'll start that project, but we do need a janitor who is trained in workshop skills. We can't get that right now. We're going to have to wait for some new applicants to come in. We've got Rodney Badger, but he's nimble and he's got fire resistance, which could be useful for us if something is to catch fire, especially if he is nimble, so he's got an increase to his movement speed. I reckon, just because we've only got the 2 janitors at the moment, we'll take him. Then we'll see who comes in. Ah, there we go. Clary Elderflower, junior janitor. And then we will train Clary in workshop. Probably not the easiest one to bring in, not the best in terms of the traits that we've got, but we will take that for now. Then we can get to work on the janitor's stuff. And if we have a quick look in here, is there anything we can place in to improve how quickly that happens? No, there isn't. And we can't upgrade that yet either. Can we upgrade our bandage box yet? Doesn't look like it. It says it's locked, so I guess we need to increase our museum level a little bit more to unlock that, or maybe it's locked behind these goals that we need to complete. I can't remember, it's been a long time. We have a few staff members, I think, who are not very happy with their wages, so let's just take a look at our loans, sponsorship, graphs. I'm looking at the wrong thing here, aren't I? Yes, so if we go into our staff, I want to go to pay review. I'm going to go to all staffs, and then I'm going to satisfy all of the pay requests. So everybody should now be happy, but we do need to watch out for the money that we are making, because that could drop down now because of this, which might mean we need more sponsorship items in, or we just kind of have to bite the bullet and start decorating this place a little bit more. Currently, 87% guest happiness. Entertainment is not good at the moment. And that's probably because we don't have tours or anything in there. So hopefully once these guys get back, and as we tick off more objectives, we have our workshop trained staff member who has now just completed their training. Let's just have a quick look. We've got Brad McBoatface, who is trained in, he's got increased training speed. He's immune to illnesses. Gordon Masterstroke, sluggish but robust because he, sluggish. Again, these guys aren't too good. Brad McBoatface has an improvement to his training speed and is immune to illnesses. We'll put him in as well. And then if we just adjust the number of staff, I think we can add more staff into here. Doesn't look like we can at this moment, though. I don't think, maybe we can't. But it just means if this staff member goes to take a break, if Clary goes on a break, we have another janitor who can come in and do that work as well. And there's the frozen fridge. We are going to place that exhibit, and we're going to place it around here as well. So it should still get all of the bonuses that it needs. We'll just place it right there. That goes up to max buzz. It's near a snowy pillar, which is perfect. It's cold in that area there. So that's pretty good going. And it just means we can go immediately back out on another expedition. We do have somebody injured though, and I think it was Victor. Then we will add in Angelina again, and we will take, do we have anybody else who we can take potentially? No, we don't. So we'll take Cuthbert again. We still have the blizzard risk. I think the blizzard might be because of the autumn. That could be it. So that's fine. We'll put him in. We'll take the expedition journal and we'll go on another detailed expedition. That's good. Right. Perfect. So we're still making around about 4,200 profit per day, and the prehistory playground is being researched. So once we get some level ups on our janitors here, we can train them in the next level of workshop skills. and that'll be useful. I am, because there's queues forming here at this vending machine, we're going to place another one behind this ticket booth right there. And then let's go with another gubbins machine at the back there as well. Oh, and our prehistory playground is complete. Good. So we'll open our inventory and we can place that. The interactive displays are really useful. They allow children to enjoy your museum a little bit more. So I'm going to place this one right here for now. And then we unlock the realization station. So it's looking good. We can customize the floors and stuff, and we can use partition walls to decorate the place, including directing the flow of foot traffic. So that's good. And we can do all of this sort of stuff another time. We've unlocked the staff door, and maybe we get involved with some redevelopment very soon. Now, this needs to be near a prehistory exhibit. So I reckon if we just pick up, for now, we'll pick up the gift shop, we'll place that down here a second, then we'll move the prehistory playground into this space here. So it is going to be now near what we want it to be near. Then we'll pick the gift shop back up, place it down there, and confirm that, selling the invalid items. And it's not the best layout, but it actually gets us somewhere, and we just need to add some decorative items in here. So let's place down a couple of these banners just to finish off increasing the buzz. Great. Then hopefully that will be in range of a donation bin, if it actually needs to be in range of one, because I can't remember. Yes, it does. And is that in range? Yes, it is. Great. Good. So we've unlocked some more stuff that we can spend kudos on, which we will do eventually. In fact, let's start doing this now. We've unlocked a load of partitions there, and I'll have a look at windows and doors. We already have enough of those. We do have a load of wallpapers and things that we can unlock. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock all of these, because these will be useful. They'll allow me to kind of really mark out areas of the museum. And we do also have a crate having just come back. We can open that. It is a frozen cave person, which we'll send to our inventory, because now it looks like we can probably start working on a cold area, which maybe we'll do next episode. So I'm going to, again, we're going to send out these guys. Magnus can go there, but I'm going to have Angelina go again. Rodney, we've got a staff member here who's still recovering, but we don't have that risk of injury. So if I have a look at what we've got in there, let's have a look actually at the overview. We are on epic now, so we're not far off maxing that out. We'll set this up again then. Victor will go, then we'll have Angelina go, which gives us the camping spot. We've also got a risk of rock slide injury there, which isn't good. So we could take Eve, happiness increase. Rodney is nimble, which increases his movement speed. We've got Brad here, who's immune to illnesses. He's currently removing some puddles. We'll take Brad. Actually, no, we aren't going to take Brad. We're going to take Rodney. And taking Rodney removes the rock slide event. Then if we just add in an expedition journal, we remove all of the risk from that one, so we can start our expedition safely, knowing that nobody's going to come back injured. Right, let's go back over to the wallpapery stuff, and I'll finish unlocking these. And it gives us an opportunity to replan the footprint of our museum while we wait for things like research. Now, I think we should get this very soon, but we'll just hang fire. I'm going to continue unlocking everything here because I've got plenty of kudos. I think the kudos has carried over, maybe, or I could be wrong about that. Could just be that I started with quite a lot of kudos because of like pre-order bonuses and things like that. But we have now got a load of things here that we can place down. Just going to keep going all the way through. Once these are all unlocked, it'll be really cool, and we'll have a load of stuff to choose from. You can see stuff from Fantasy Finds being unlocked there, as well as 2 Point Museum. So lots of things coming up. And yes, obviously we've got loads of planning to do. By the time this episode goes out, like I said in the first episode of the reboot, we have loads of expansions that have come out. Obviously, last time I played, we were having a little look at the Museum expansion, and that has been released. And then we also have an art museum that has come out as well. So loads of stuff to explore, loads of stuff to come through. But hopefully just playing through again is going to give you a nice feel and get you back into the swing of things with this series, because obviously it's a massive difference for those of you who've been watching Endzone 2. And like I said, I just wanted to kind of knuckle down and finish things, because I leave a lot of things on this channel unfinished. And I imagine that's quite frustrating for those of you who are long-term viewers. And, you know, even if we go all the way back to Planet Zoo, I never actually finished a zoo, but with the announcement of Planet Zoo 2 and things, maybe it's time that we, accept that Planet Zoo will not come back, and I will gear myself up for Planet Zoo 2. There's also a lot of other games that I've been playing that I would really like to show off on the channel. Windrose and Bellrate are two games that I play quite extensively, and I've actually recorded a few episodes of a Bellrate series, but I'm just not sure if I want to put them out there right now. I do want to bring Manor Lords back at some point as well, so there's a lot of things that I'm considering in terms of the channel's future, and I'd really like to open it up to the community, but we are a little bit, there's not a lot going on with us right now, so that might be something that doesn't happen, but it all really depends what people like and what people want to see, as well as what I'm really keen on playing, and I'm really open to suggestions and ideas. So we've got 25 tickets we need to sell, and this gets us our first star, but we are also going to buy a staff door. Now obviously, I've put stuff in here that isn't great and it's a bit of a mess. I'm going to just quickly build a partition wall here so I can then just put a staff door on it to complete that objectives, and then we'll remove this all together as well. So there we go. We sell 25 tickets and we will be in a very good position. We'll complete this objective and that will be our first star. So let's very quickly fill in this little area here. And we can do a redevelopment for next episode, because we'll have a lot more stuff done. We'll have sold our 25 tickets by the end of this, definitely. So what I think we might do is, instead of developing here, I might have my entry area kind of feed off into this direction instead. And we can maybe start partitioning that off now, because I'd like to move the workshop. We'll have a little staff area up here. We can then have people come in, we'll put a gift shop, and then they'll go on like a one-way system. So the gift shop will move to where the workshop is currently. We'll have our staff, our ticket booths on an angle in this corner here and another one in that corner there. Then we'll wall off this little section going up towards the star fossil and have an intro area. People come through and go into this space here. And maybe we'll partition off another section for like a frozen area. So 5 guests need to use the interactive displays now, and that will be our first star complete right by the end of our second episode, which is pretty good going, really. It's taken me about an hour to get this one done. And we've got another expedition to go on. So again, we should have everybody back from injury now. So Victor goes off, which is exactly what I want him to do. Let's just set this up properly. Victor is going to go. Then we're going to take Angelina. Then we are going to take Cuthbert. We'll make it a detailed expedition, giving us a 35% bonus to our survey level. Let me just make sure that Cuthbert is the right person for the job here. Antibacterial. You've got entertainment, movement speed. Yep, Cuthbert was fine, Angelina was fine, and Victor, I assume, was also fine. So let's give him an expedition journal, and off they go. Now, the other thing we can create in our workshop, which we should have probably done, we haven't actually got it unlocked yet. We'll bring in, like, the sonic claw machine, and we'll make a load of stuff in here, like the troll grab and all of that, and then the entertaining stuff has been put in place. We've also got the realization station, troll grab. I'm making the Sonic arcade, Sonic claw machine right now, and we already have the prehistoric playground. So that's going to give a lot of entertainment. Again, our average entertainment is currently 60%. We just need one more interactive display use from a guest, and there are some people coming around now. But obviously having this at the end of our museum doesn't make sense, because there we go, we've got a kid going there, but he's going straight to the gift shop. So hopefully we'll get some more children coming through now to have a little look and a little play on that prehistoric playground. But because it's at the end, they kind of have to look around the entire museum first and then go. But there we go. We have our 1-star museum, and we unlock a curved info stand and a coffee kiosk. Perfect. So we've got the Sonic claw machine in place now, and we've got a monthly breakdown and exhibit showcase, which is the twisted torso statue. So we're going to accept that, and we'll place it over here. We can put it right there. And that should give it a nice bit of buzz. Yeah, it's maxed out already. So we need to increase our curator class to progress further in our museums and receive higher star ratings. With no curator class, your museums can only receive a 1-star rating. So it is telling me to open and establish a second museum, so I can either go to the sea, the Haunted Hills, and all over everywhere else. So we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to get all of the groundwork done. So I'm going to continue exploring here, and we're going to spend a lot more time before we move on we're going to establish Memento Mile as a powerhouse museum to begin with. So we only need one more person to view that exhibit. We then need to complete this curator class by receiving a 1-star museum, a 1-star rating in 2 museums, which is going to involve us going somewhere else, which is unfortunate, but to get our curator class upgraded, we need to do that, unfortunately. So let's see. One more thing. We've got the Department of Culture coming in. We also have our crate. Let's open that up. It's another frozen beehive, so we'll send that to our inventory. And we can do another expedition immediately. But for now, we have our 1-star objective. I'm going to continue boosting here. So we are currently at Epic on the coal mines. We can set up a new expedition and we eliminate a load of stuff there. We could, if I go here, Cuthbert gives us another boost, make it detailed, then add in the first aid kit. We could still get lost in the caves, which will add another 7 days onto it, but we've kind of countered that really with Angelina Latrine, so it's fine. We'll send them off. At least nobody comes back injured. So we've got, that's done, that's great, excellent. Right, so I reckon best thing to do, we'll leave it here. And next time you come back, I'll have replanned out and remapped this entire museum floor, and we can continue exploring. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
You need go-away holidays. With over 20